However, what he said is not the most heinous thing I've heard on.
No.
That's where many don't know the real Jesus. That's why you got Steph Curry and he not even surrendered. And y'all believe he's a Christian. Y'all believe he's a Christian because he wrote Philippians 4:13. Y'all think he's a Christian.
They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. Praise God. I got my wife here.
Oh, please stop.
God didn't make a woman for a woman. No, he made a woman for the man. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that man, this man is crazy? She loves me. She loves God.
Where's his agent, yo? His agent should have grabbed a hold of him and said,
his agent,
stop talking.
You might want to sit down for this.
Yeah. Let's give Jaden Ivey some love. A little bit.
Who's that?
Because I like
Jaden
to get
Jaden who?
Yeah, I knew somebody was gonna try to do this.
Who the fuck is that?
You talking about the basketball player?
Yes.
Oh, the one that got kicked off the Bulls.
Chicago Bulls.
Let's give a little bit of light to it because I think we can
What did he
because
do?
I want to hear.
What did he do? Condemn everyone or
I don't think he condemned anybody.
then what? Then what? He's not good.
I don't know enough about it.
He's not a
Obviously,
good basketball player.
I only know it from and that's another thing. I don't know enough about it to know if he's just due to get.
I have a
released.
guy that is a
He's a
Bulls
ball man
fan.
and said he's not good.
No, he's a Bulls fan.
My issue. So I thought, oh man, he's not that good,
not that
bro. The
good.
guy's made $80 million. Why did they pay him?
But then he got injured.
Wait, did he just say that about the NBA about why someone got paid?
In 2026, the modern paying era.
Markel Fultz, Ben Simmons.
No, I got you.
People get paid.
So this young
Yogi
man,
Stewart.
this young man, I think has recently gone through a conversion to Christ. I think he's recently done it.
Well, you really made that sound very.
What?
You made that. I'll be honest.
Go ahead.
It doesn't sound appealing. if I was trying to sell Jesus, I would want to do it based on how you just said that.
No, okay, so all jokes aside, I think again, we've all grown up in church, right?
Sure.
And one thing I'll say about my community, I identify the church as my community because this is a community I identify with. I identify myself with Christ believers. So sorry to cut the conversation short, but before you continue watching the episode, it's very, very important that you hear this message. Please like, comment, and subscribe and share. You have no idea how much that helps us make more content just like this. Okay, that's it from me. Back into the conversation because I am a Christ believer. But like with any community, there's a bunch of us that come at it from different approaches and different steps. I think that this guy got into an environment where he had incredible zeal for God and made a commentary as to what was allowed to be promoted and proclaimed
Continuously.
Which he's allowed to do.
A continuous commentary, because don't make it seem like it's
he
a
made
one
about what could be proclaimed. Now he was giving post-game interviews saying, I'm born again, I'm dead to who I was. This is not alarming to me.
No, we've seen people say this.
I've heard this 100 times.
However,
I think the part that happened is he called out and said, why does the NBA promote pride? And we can have pride in that, but I can't have pride in the Lord. I can't.
But who said he can't have pride in the Lord?
Well, the Chicago Bulls did because they released him.
That's not why.
Go ahead.
No. So hold on. But he said, if they can have pride, if they can celebrate
and
pride,
called them unrighteous repeatedly.
what? He
By the
didn't
way.
say like
No, he added a lot, but
yeah. So don't
find
don't sugarcoat the nigga.
It's not sugarcoating, but growing up in church, somebody calling me unrighteous that's not offensive. Like
I know, but what about those? What about those who don't?
In that forum?
What about those who don't go to church
Nothing.
and who don't identify a Christian?
I get it. I'm not saying I don't get it. I need it to be where on merit alone he got released. It can't be because of what he said. It wasn't.
It's not just that.
It's not just that.
He was actually a terrible teammate, and he would do a lot of things in the locker room with these guys, and ask if these people ask a report if they fornicated before, like.
So okay, and this is why I was saying what I said before, where I said he recently converted to Christ. So for all those who've gone to church, we all know we've all seen the person that came
and then
they got converted, bro, and it's like
everything is a problem.
militant day one. I'm turning away from everything. You better not walk. You better not eat gum.
Oh, the other thing too. Where's the Pope from?
The new Pope.
Where is the new Pope from?
I forget.
Travell, you know where he's from. You know the new Pope is from Chicago. Why are we doing this?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no,
He called Catholicism a false religion, by the way, as part of the litany of his rants. He called the Pope
Again.
Oh my God! You about to cape for this nigga?
Again.
Is Catholicism a false religion?
Here's what I'm going to do. Okay?
Is Catholicism a false religion?
Here's what I'm going to do. Can I just do something?
He wants to do something.
Under the protection of free speech
Is freedom of
in North
consequence.
America, we hear a wild set of things. Now, there is not freedom of consequence. The Chicago Bulls are allowed to release him. If they say we don't want to get him out, he's done. But I'm not going to sit here and act like what he said was so. It's not the most heinous thing I've heard online.
So, you're talking about heinous now. Are you talking about? He want people to go with the most.
Travell,
People always say that. Dude,
one day my editing, one day my editing is gonna get good enough where I can do the things where we call back to past videos, and I'm gonna show where you said the only person that gets away with things is Donald Trump. Everybody else is on the chopping block and can be murdered.
Allowed and should be aware of their consequence of anything that they say, unless you're him.
I'm not disagreeing with what you guys said.
But that's what you said. So
you guys didn't hear me.
You mean you're not disagreeing with what you said?
Maybe it's
Go ahead.
I think what I said is I believe in freedom of speech,
And I don't think it's the worst.
but I
thing
do
in
not
the
believe in freedom of consequences. If the Chicago Bulls have 100% right to release him if they want,
A private organization.
company.
Yeah.
world. But what does it have to
What do you mean
with
what he
anything?
said? You mean the things he said? Because don't make it
Sorry, my
isolated.
apologies.
Thank you.
The things in the string of consciousness he spewed
Yes.
is not the worst set of stuff I've heard online.
Okay.
If John Morant was allowed to brandish a firearm
And what did he-
2 times
Okay.
on Instagram Live, this guy's allowed to call.
Oh, you know why you saying that? Because John Morant said, "I'm going to murder everybody that comes to the games." That's why he's saying that. Because John Morant put everybody's life in danger with his thought process and how he views humanity and society. It makes sense. That makes sense. Here's what I'm gonna say. Yo, his
Where's
mom,
his agent, yo? His agent should have grabbed a hold of him and said,
his agent,
stop talking.
his agent, his wife, who's apparently
Apparently not talking to him.
who's
When I saw that girl, I could tell that she wasn't down.
really? I don't know. She looked pretty down to him. I don't know.
I'm being a jerk.
I just
Okay. Let's do the upshot. Does he ever get a team again?
No.
wait. Oh no, I think he does.
Wait, is he good?
No,
Then he's not gonna get a team.
but there's gonna be. But we are in DT's America.
Not in overseas.
We're talking about the
You're
NBA.
trying to trap me,
entrapment.
and I am not going for it.
I'm not.
There's gonna be a team. Donald Trump is they've gotten wind of this
See,
already.
he keeps doing it.
They've gotten wind of this already, and every right wing page
has an NBA. All he's asking. Let me ask the question: will a NBA team
The Orlando Magic.
scoop?
He's going to
him
Utah.
up? Orlando Magic, you said?
Yeah, the Orlando Magic or the Mormons in Utah.
Or the Mormons? So,
In Utah, yes.
so therefore, if he gets picked up, then he's a decent player to still get a job. So that's what it is. Still, teams accept your drama, just like. Oh, you're talking about the Bulls? If Dennis Rodman
Dennis Rodman
on the court for Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and all that shit that he was doing at that time, he would have been kicked off the team, bro.
Do you like what he said about Anthony Edwards throwing him under the bridge? Saying that he was allowed to say a slur against a specific person, calling them whatever, and he gets to only pay a fine, and he's fine. And how do you feel about
I want to
that?
know what you want from me.
I'm gonna tell you this. Does he look, when you see him talk, does he look like someone who is just excited about his faith in Christ?
He doesn't. I'll be honest with you.
I'm not a body language expert.
Oh my, all right.
Travell,
Oh my God.
there's something in his
Come on,
eyes.
man. He doesn't look right in his eyes.
There's something in his eyes and his speech that is not. This is not a religious.
No,
Guys,
No,
I caved it early, and I said the guy seems like he's a new convert, very excited.
No.
I don't know the church he's
No.
going to. I don't know what he's been indoctrinated.
Yeah, it could be a
We've all seen
problematic-
people that go in and they're getting learned the faith by somebody who's a bit too militant or not
That's not what
giving
it is.
right context, and they are unleashing very judgmental, harsh speaking Christians.
might be
Now,
getting the
but
wrong-
I'm not going to reject that summarily because, yes, it is a part of the faith to proclaim your faith. If he's not doing it appropriately, if he needs to be...
Because why are you bringing up...
Hold on, I just want to finish my point. I'll give you the floor. If he needs to be counseled, if he needs to be adjusted in how to not speak with a wicked tongue, or whatever the case may be as a public figure, these are the delicacies that we have grace for in the faith. Do I think that he seems all the way there?
That's what he asked.
I'm not a body language expert, nor am I a clinical psychologist.
Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you guys, people who are in sports, let me tell you guys something. You may not know this, but I'm going to remind you this. If you do not play your sport at an elite level, if you don't play your sport at an elite level, that means you are of the 1%. You are at the top, the 10%, whatever your case may be. If you are not at that level, I don't care what you talk about. Just be prepared that if the team doesn't like what you're saying, you're out. That's just what it is. I've seen it happen in football. There's players that do things that they're wrong curfew. They don't come curfew. They break a team rule. If you're not Tom Brady, if you're not any of these guys, them niggas can cut you. And I don't want to hear you say it's not fair. Life is not fair. You gotta be at the top.
Did they cut him for being? No,
I don't know. I'm just
the whole bad teammate stuff. That's a whole new.
They're saying that
it's just a litany of stuff. Like he was
detrimental to the team. They're talking about team conduct. They're talking about workplace, whatever.
We also know how the NBA is, bro. If the NBA wants to get rid of you, all that stuff,
but it's not NBA,
and it's not the NBA.
It's not the NBA.
It's the Chicago Bulls.
We know how all the leagues, all the teams in the league of the NBA work. If they want to get you out of here, the evidence is there. Stop it.
Yo, if he was a good
player,
player,
they sent Chris Paul home.
If he was a good...
They sent Chris Paul home.
Yeah, they did.
Did you see Chris Paul talk about what he did? Chris Paul tried to organize.
If Chris Paul was still Chris Paul, he wouldn't have been... He would still be in the league. You see why they can't do that to LeBron? He's dunking 10 times still in the game. You have to still provide. And these guys don't provide, and then they talk like it's okay to just say whatever I want. Yo, why are you guys celebrating LGBT? What does LGBTQ...
Are we going to say that you're only... Are we going to say you're only allowed to talk if you're a star player?
That's not what I said. What I'm saying is, you have your freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want,
but you run the risk of getting cut.
But yeah, you don't start saying, well, what about him? How come he gets to do this? How come he gets to do that? Because that's not how it works, guys. That's why there's first name on the call sheet in acting. That's why there's CEO. That's why there's these things happen. This is not new to this guy. You can't just come out and just start talking about why are they celebrating Pride and LGBT and all this blah blah blah. Why can't I
calling out Steph Curry,
LeBron? They're not real Christians.
You don't know Jesus.
Why don't you just proclaim your love for Jesus and for God just like that?
But at my point, I think that is the wrong battery being put in his. I don't think that his heart is malicious. I think
didn't say his heart is malicious. I think there's something wrong.
He also tried to commit suicide
by whoever's discipling and mentoring him at the moment. I don't think his approach is to, because I want everybody to understand.
You don't have to talk about other things.
The gospel is the gospel. The love of Christ is the love of Christ.
And that
there are ways to lovingly approach every topic.
Exactly.
There are ways to love. Now, again, the standard is the standard. If you get offended by the standard, that's different. I can't control that.
Exactly.
But I can say the standard in a way that doesn't summarily offend you. And it is part of scriptural teachings for us to find ways to do that.
And when you do that...
So I'm not a big fan of you're going to burn in hell, deal with that.
Then you have to be prepared for might lose my job. That's what I'm
saying.
Or
at least be temporary put on ice.
Or whatever you want to call it. Unless you are...
When you're volunteering, when if somebody comes to you and says, hey, tell me what God says,
that's different.
Then okay, you signed up. Let's go.
People are volunteering.
But if I'm volunteering my opinion and my speech,
that way,
and I know I'm giving it to a general audience, I do think you have some responsibility as a speaker to present that with a loving tone.
Yeah, you have to. And if you don't want to have a loving tone, you got to be the level of Anthony Edwards or whoever these people are that are at an elite level where people can apologize for and have a suspension here or there or have a whatever the case may be. We didn't make those rules. It's always been like that. And last time you said the only person that's allowed to say what they want with no consequence is that guy, and therefore there it is.
So that from that point, it's you know you've taken a piss out of it, so it's okay. It's not a cool topic, but you know what? Wow, that was crazy. Now, if you like that clip, why don't you check out these other clips that we have here and stay on the page a little bit? You know, check out some of the other ones, especially this one. I don't even think you understand what was said. It's crazy. Check it out. Come on. I'm begging you. Pick me. Come on.
You might want to sit down for this.